Hello everyone and welcome to Harv's World for another episode of Chellington Valley. It's a bright, beautiful morning here in Chellington. Things are going swimmingly for the most part. I don't think it's hard to tell that I'm getting my sunflowers harvested finally. I did take the day off. Woo. That was a nice rest actually, very nice rest after all that work on those carrots, but hey, the carrots are done once and for all. I honestly don't think I'll ever have to plant carrots again. And that's a good thing. I could probably even sell some off, but frankly, they're not worth that much. So it's not like it's going to bring in a hearty income or anything. Anyhow, for the most part, the hands are working today. I've got Kevin. He's working for Farmer Jack over on Field 92. Man, it seems like we do a lot of work on Field 92. Does Jack even drive a tractor anymore? That's what I want to know. Nah, he's got enough money. He probably just hires it all out, which is good for me. Very good for me. And then, well, Hugh. His name is Hugh. I have to remember that. He's got a whole slew of fertilizing contracts he'll be taking care of today. So those guys are busy. Now Juli, well, Juli's off again. To be honest, I'm not getting too much detail, but Juli has a very dear friend named Marilyn. We've talked about Marilyn before. In fact, it was Marilyn who introduced me to Juli. Well, Marilyn's not doing so well, apparently. You know, she's a seasoned person, let's put it that way. And she has some bad days sometimes, and so Juli has spent her time off caring for Marilyn, doing little things that Marilyn needs to get done, and she asked if she could have another day off to keep doing that. So, of course, that's no problem. Juli is such a fantastic worker. In fact, I've got a surprise in store for Juli today, and she doesn't know it yet, but obviously she doesn't know it or it wouldn't be a surprise, and I haven't told anybody. So I hope I don't intrude on her desire to care for her friend, but I think she will appreciate it nonetheless. I really, really do. Now, I've also come up, you know, just the other day, during the carrot harvest and all that jazz, well, I was saying, I don't think there's anything else I need for the farm. Well, I was wrong. And I'll tell you why I was wrong, because as much as I've talked about keeping the farm and Harv's Helping Hands separate, well, that's not working out so well, because a lot of what I use on the farm is also needed by Harv's Helping Hands. For example, I mean, okay, I can get the fields harvested today, but Field 92 with our small cultivator is going to take probably the better part of the day. I expect Kevin will be working on that most of the day, so I'm not going to have a cultivator to prepare these fields for new crops. So I'm going to have to wait on him to get done. Also, there's no tractors. Kevin has the Fiat and Hugh has the Farmall, so Triple H is going to fall a little bit behind the curve just because those are needed to keep Harv's Helping Hands fully functional, which is fine. I mean, you know, the business comes first. I'm not going to say this is a hobby farm, because it's not a hobby farm. This is where I really want to focus my attention. Between Juli and the work available in the valley, Triple H is really kind of running itself at this point anyway. So, you know, it's not like I don't still have a hand in things. It's just that Juli has got it pretty well handled at this point, which is great. Which is another one of the reasons I'd like to do something a little bit special for her today. And we'll get that sorted out. it will be sorted out one way or another. But I do have something to show you. I do have something to show you. In fact, that's the last of the sunflowers. This is a small field anyway, so it's not like it was going to take long, but check this out. I have a farm sign. Triple H Farm. And it falls right in with Harv's Helping Hands. So that's pretty spectacular. Now, Bex actually didn't do this one. I wanted a little bit more of a rustic look for the farm than a more professional businessy look. So I went a different direction on that. But I've got two of them actually. One on this entrance, and then there's one up at the front entrance also. We'll call that the front entrance because it's more on a main road. Oh, and about 8,500 liters of sunflowers coming off this field. For being a tiny field, it actually produces fairly well, I have to say. I am going to get that millet taken care of today, too. Shut this thing down, though. Man, that's loud. So incredibly loud. At least the truck is able to haul, so as far as the harvesting goes, I mean, that's not going to be a problem. And you know, I could just pull straight through there. I don't know why I didn't do that, but oh, I know why, because I'm going to tip this and then just drop the trailer. Not like that matters all that much, but nice to have a small silo up here that I can just store things in as needed when I've got other work to be done too. You know what I mean? Abso-floggin-lutely. And I learned my lesson when it comes to the grain header. Not using the harvester to pull that bad boy out anymore. The truck should handle it just fine. There we go. That's where it needs to be. Thank you. I am intrigued by the millet, though. I don't even know what it's going to produce. I don't know what kind of volume it's going to produce. I don't know if it's going to leave straw behind. I don't know anything about it. And if it does, well, again, I've got no tractor right now, so there's nothing I can do to nothing I can do to even get that baled. Alright, let's get this harvester over there. See what Millet is going to do for us. Kind of hoping I can just park this header right here for right now. That'll do. All right, Millet. What is Millet gonna do for me? Okay, well that settles that. There is no straw from Millet. None whatsoever. However, it looks like this is going to be an incredibly high volume crop. A very high volume crop. We're already at 1,300, 1,400 liters. So one pass down this field, over 2,000 liters. Yeah, I think Millet's going to be a big one. And I'm not going to complain, let me tell you. Let me tell you. Let me tell you. Let me tell you. I say that an awful lot too, don't I? Let me tell you. You are letting me tell you. You're here, right? Anyway. Man, that's a good looking crop. I like that too. I have to say, this is much better than harvesting carrots. Although, you know, I didn't mind the carrot harvester. I felt like it did a very nice job. And didn't take nearly as long as I expected it to, even though that field was small. It takes more time hauling the carrots than it does actually harvesting them, I feel like sometimes. Anytime you have a root crop like that, potatoes or sugar beets, carrots, probably onions are the same way. Maybe I'll have to try onions at some point. Maybe. No promises. Well, I know there are two kinds of millet. There's white millet and there's red millet, and I have to assume that this is red millet because, well, it's got a red tint to it. A red hue, if you will. Not hue. Hue. This will be the second truckload that I've run to the silo. So that's going to be 30,000 liters of millet off this little field. Not too shabby. Not shabby at all. I have not checked the millet prices yet. I don't know what they're going to do for me just at the moment. But you know, one thing something I always forget. And I'm going to take advantage of it this time because I can. I think I forget because, well, frankly, I'm old. No. Well, my memory's bad. We know that already. I think I forget because I keep this gate closed because it's going to be hanging out in my field. Yep, that's exactly what it is. If I open it, then it's hung out there and I can't work in the field properly, at least along that edge. So, but that will be much easier than running through that narrow frickin' yard. I want to get this finished up because, well, I've got other fishes to fry today. I'm pretty excited, actually. There's something special I want to try to accomplish today if I can. Well, I know I can. It's just a matter of finishing up the work I have to do here. So I'm going to grab the last of the millet from the harvester. I've got to run by Harv's Helping Hands, pick up something. And then I need to make a trip down to the shop. Oh yeah, I know, the shop. Always with the shop. But today is a special day at the shop. You'll see what I'm talking about. Well, I called Juli, and of course I said, no, don't worry, this isn't about work. Not directly, anyway. She's taking care of Marilyn. I told her, I understand. I said, but I've got something I want to show you. And is it okay if I were to stop by? And she said, yeah, we could. Not going to do me any good if I wreck. She said, yeah, that's no problem. Go ahead and stop by. She gave me the address. It's up in Felmersham, which I'm on my way to. I don't get up into this neck of the woods very often, so I need to sort of feel my way through here and figure out where I'm going. Somewhere down here. Ah, this looks right. Yep. Don't want to get run over. Should be just up here around the corner, I would think. Not too much farther. By Jove, I think I've passed it. Did I put? No. Oh, okay, I just need to go around the block. That's what it is. It was back there on my left. Oops. Okay, it's this little place here on the corner, but man, this is tight through here. Very tight. I wonder if I can sneak back in here. Right here. This'll do. Oh, hey, Julie. Sorry to bother you. I know you've taken time off from Maryland and all that. I apologize, but this was kind of important. It's important to me, and I hope it will be important to you. Can you come around back for just a minute? Great. Julie, I just want you to know that Harv's Helping Hands is as much about you as it is about me. You've done a great job since you started. I can't thank you enough. I know you've been riding public transportation for a long time, and I also know we've got a bit of a shortage of vehicles when it comes to getting around, hauling, doing pickups and deliveries, things like that. So I went to the shop and I bought this right here, and I want you to have it. Not just for Harv's Helping Hands. This is yours. 100% yours. It's in your name. It's not brand new or anything, but it has been completely restored. It's in perfect running condition. I drove it over here. It runs fantastic. It's going to do a great job for Harv's Helping Hands, but more importantly, it's going to give you a nice ride to get you around the valley. I hope you'll accept it. Call it a nice fat bonus, if you will. Plus, if you need to take Marilyn anywhere, now you've got a way to get her around. You don't have to say anything. You don't have to say anything. I understand. That's just my way of saying thank you. And if you can get away for a few minutes, you can take this sucker for a test drive by giving me a ride back to the shop, because that's where my truck is. Thank you for everything you've done. I really appreciate it. There she goes in her brand new truck. She was just quite beside herself. She really was. I'm sure she's going to enjoy it. Oh, well. It's nice to reward people. It's nice to reward yourself. Lack of vehicles on the farm? Problem solved. That's right. I picked up a new tractor. Now, I didn't buy it. I leased it. With the option to buy. In the future, I told the guys, I said, I don't have the money to buy anything outright, but I do need an extra tractor because, well, you know, the business is using a lot of equipment all the time, so I need something that I have available when I need it. And they got me sorted, so we're going to get this back up to Triple H, actually, and see what we can see without getting a speeding ticket again. Well, Hugh called on the way back over here. He had finished up his fertilizer contracts. Everything's pretty much done on that end, so I told him to call it a day. He came in on his day off the other day anyway, so he deserves a little extra time off. No worries there. Oh, let's take a look at this thing. I'm interested. This trailer sometimes, I swear. There we go. Just a little off kilter. Oh, this is nice. Very nice. Oh yeah, me and this tractor are going to get along. This is going to be mine. This is not Harv's Helping Hands tractor here. This is mine, all mine. Well, technically it's not mine, all mine. It's you know what I'm talking about, more or less or more, something anyway. But man, this thing is awesome. In cab, whole cab, I mean, don't get me wrong, I like the open cab tractors, but this is a beaut. Now I just need Kevin to get finished up so I can get the cultivator on these fields and get them going again. Is that about right? Not quite. There we go. That should do. One problem with small fields, getting your equipment in and out of them can be a real hassle sometimes. Actually, I do know what I can do. While I'm waiting on Kevin to finish up his day, I can probably get a coat of fertilizer on these things. And I should check the accounts and see where people stand. Well, while I'm waiting, one thing that I can definitely do, I can get a coat of fertilizer on these fields. I can definitely do that. And while, yes, I could easily do that in the farm mall, I've got a new tractor I want to try out. Oh, yes. So I told you I took the day off yesterday, which I did, of course. Oh, it was beautiful. And, well, I spent the evening in Maxwell's pub. And I met a lady who was traveling through. So many people are traveling through on their way to London or wherever. And she had been up north to a place called Alnwick, Alnwick. Very nice lady. We started having a conversation, and she started telling me about Alnwick Castle. Now, Alnwick Castle is interesting because, well, she said, you know, it's been used in a lot of filming as a filming location for a lot of places. Some of you might recognize it as the place where the first couple of Harry Potter movies were filmed. But there's something more going on at Alnwick Castle than just filming movies and TV shows. It was also used in Downton Abbey, if you're a fan of that one. Alnwick Castle has in it something that they call the Deadly Garden. Now, oddly enough, the person who owned Alnwick Castle, you know, everybody wants a lovely rose garden, flower garden, that kind of thing. And this person realized that there were many beautiful plants out there, but they were deadly. And she got it in her head that she wanted to create the Deadly Garden. So this place has almost 100 varieties of deadly plants. And, you know, it's not just the ones that we would normally think of that produce cyanide. You know, if you eat them, they will kill you. No, there are plants in there that if you touch them, they will kill you. This place is just ridiculous in its ability to administer death on a whim, if you will. Yeah, I mean, and it's beautiful to look at. You should, if you have a chance and you're up in the north part of England, along the coast by the North Sea, Alnwick Castle has the Deadly Garden. It was really fascinating to discover, though. It was a nice little bit of information. I was so glad I talked to that lady because, you know, a lot of times people will pass by or whatever, and you don't really get a chance to say much to them. But Maxwell's has always been a place for good company, good conversation and information, that sort of thing. And man, did she ever have some interesting tidbits. Yeah, there's one plant that, gosh, what did they say? They said that every part of the plant would kill you. There are certain plants that you can eat a particular part of it, but anything else will be poisonous to you. This particular plant, every single part of it, leaves, flowers, branches, stems, roots, all of it will turn you into worm food. Maybe that's its point. You know, if I can kill whatever touches me, then I've always got a source of fertilizer. But I think that's going to do it for this episode of Chellington Valley. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please remember to hit the like and subscribe buttons down below. I very much appreciate you coming along for the ride. And until next time, take care.